still have exponential growth, but it's not growing everything by 300%, right? And so we were able to kind of do the math and realize like, wow, getting to our 5 to 10 year goal is actually not that crazy when you think about the actual math. But what I came back and did was say, like, forget about what that means for my total company. Let's do that by area of business. So now everybody in my company has their own scorecard, and they actually report out on it every Monday. And it's super clear, and they're able to say, okay, if I'm growing email revenue, here's the 3 ways that I can do that towards exponential growth. And they understand the math.
That's fascinating. So they understand the long-term vision and the ultimate outcome, but then they have the tools that they need in order to get there in a very tangible and also very, very doable way.
Very.
Yeah. Great. Well, Michelle, this has been delightful. I'm sure our audience is absolutely loving just your story, your fast growth, but then, the ability to sort of take a moment and reflect on what the next stage of your business is going to be, and then taking action on that, even though it was difficult. I think this is a really fascinating story, and I would say I wish you the best of luck, but you don't need luck, girl. So everyone look for big things from Lively. I have one more question. What is next for you guys? Do you have some new products coming out? What should we expect later in this year?
Sure. Yeah, it's a really exciting time for us. 16 was really about, can we do this? 17 was like, let's build the machine to support it. And 18 is, let's share with the world that we exist. And in doing so, what we've announced is our Lively Tour, which is our brand in real life across cities in the United States. And every month, we're going to be in a different city. We started our tour in Dallas, actually, and it was phenomenal.
What is it? I mean, it sounds really fun, but what is it actually?
So it's, my way of stair-stepping into what I believe is the future of physical retail. And so I committed our team into saying, look, our customer is all over this beautiful nation. And so we need to be, whether it's us physically or our brand in some way. And so what we started doing is we would go into a city like Dallas and say, all right, we're going to have 3 days of activations and events. A custom baking class, a SoulCycle class, an education, or a happy hour. And once we get a sense from the community about what they love to experience, we're going to come back and we're going to have a 2-week pop-up. So we were in Dallas in November for the experiential test and community building. And then we came back in January and we had a 2-week pop-up store that had events 8 out of the 10 days, ranging from meditations to Boss Babe business panels to DIY taco night, like whatever it is.
That's
disco
so cool.
runs.
Yeah.
And it was just phenomenal because the girls that we met in that first community experience came back out and they ran street teams for us to let Dallas know we were there. They were holding events and podcasts. They got all of the local news stuff to support us. We were on Good Morning Texas.
That's amazing.
What actually happened was our digital footprint, our digital customer in Dallas grew by 200%. Our Texas consumer grew by 80%. And we actually made money in that store, which we never anticipated.
Yeah.
Because it was all about experiences. It was about, women coming in with their daughters or learning about us in their morning fitness class and bringing their whole class in to experience Lively. It was just phenomenal. So actually today our team's in Nashville doing the same thing. And we're going to Atlanta and Chicago and all these beautiful places.
Wow. I love that you're custom testing each region because I think there are big regional differences. You're going to find some universal truths, of course, right? You're going to find some things that women all over the U.S. enjoy. But at the same time, I love that you're going in and you're trying to find out what are the differences and how do we need to custom and tailor fit. And it's funny because that's what your product essentially is as well, tailor fit to match, sort of the lifestyle and the preferences of women in that region.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Great.
We're having a hell of a lot of fun while we do it.
Yeah, I was just imagining the amount of laughter probably that took place over the, that time period. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Great. Well, it's been such a wonderful interview. And we look forward to great things from you and Lively.
Thank you so much. Great. I appreciate it.
Of course. Hey guys, we have a special offer for listeners of the Tony Robbins podcast. For a limited time, you can head over to www.wearlively.com and receive $10 off towards your first Lively purchase. Just enter the code VIPTony at checkout. This offer is good until August 22nd, 2018. The Tony Robbins Podcast is directed and hosted by Tony Robbins. Anna York is our editorial director and occasional host. Our executive producer is Carrie Song. Jamie Carvajal and Adriel De La Torre are our digital editors. Special thanks to Mary Buckheit and Diane Adcock for their creative review.